Hello and welcome back to Silverrun Forest. Alright, so we are still in October, but I want to not waste any day. Hello train, we've got lots to do, so I will get this started. As you can see, my cutting length is 12 meters. What I'm doing is, I'm preparing a bit for the... well, really I do need to get my productions back underway. So, what I'm going to do is... this area has loads of trees. I fully plan on replanting at least 1 for 1, if not 2 new trees to 1 cut down tree, so that I can make up for cutting them down in the first place. What my plan is here is to cut as many, well, really as many trees as possible. Oh no, what's happened? Oh, it's a broken tree. Right, that's fine, we will find another. The plan, sorry, got distracted there, is to cut down as many 12-meter trees as we can do. Oh, that's 11.6. So that we can bring them to productions, but have them cut. 12 meters is the perfect length for us to cut. We do need to put them in the containers at 12 meters, or at least we maximize profits at that length. As well as, and I know this is a bit cheeky, but since we don't have a wheel load... is that dead wood? No, it's not. This is a nice big tree. Very alive wood. Right. Because we don't have a great big wheel loader to load in a logging trailer, we will be using, at least for a very short time, the flatbed the flatbed trailer to transport a few of these massive logs, because they do work. We did it in the last episode to bring some to the production, but we do need to bring more. So, that's only a handful of logs. The nice thing is, when we do cut these bits, they're not quite... see, that's 9.3, and this scrap one is... oh my, that's not scrap. That's bloody long, that is. What I'll try and do... oh no, see, what I'll do with these is I'll bring them to the production. The ones that are 12 meters perfectly, I could... I might keep them aside for a container, because that was wicked. That was wicked money, animal setup with the wheel loader to handle that. Sorry, not the wheel loader, the little skid steer, to handle that sort of job now. It cannot, however, reach a logging trailer, so we'll probably have to use the flatbed for time being, because I'm sure we can put a tree on there with the skid steer as well, but we will try. But yes, we'll get as many of these 12 meters as possible. It's just the perfect length to cut at to keep us used to that length. Because some of these trees, you see that little bit, that's nothing. That can go to production just as scraps. You know what I mean? So we'll check this tree before we elapse into a time lapse. I suppose I could still cut it down because it's not going to grow anymore, is it? I don't think it'll grow more, but I also don't necessarily need every little tree, but no, I should do it. I've hit a stump. Right, I will be clearing some stumps at some point. Oh, hello. Right, there we are. Okay, now we can miss that rock, and we'll get a few going. I would like to take as many as I can. I was going to cut some 5-meter lengths and put them into the Volvo loader, but I can't, I don't know. I really do feel as though that's just too small for us now. To be honest, I feel like it's just too small. We need a lot for different productions, and financially we're very close to owning the sawmill, so we will have probably some money spent before we do buy it, but at least we are close. Alright, I should watch for the train when I'm dropping 12-meter logs. Well, actually longer than that. Very, very, very tall trees, and they make for very long logs. going to get... Well, we do actually need to get the... oh, we've got another coil of metal all nicely lined up there. Alright, you know what, for now, just so I don't lose this, I'm going to set that there because we don't need it yet. I do actually have to go and pick up the... I just want to make sure the train's not coming. Go and pick up the brush fork that we did, or the brush, sorry, claw that we did not purchase. Log and brush. Something or other. So we'll collect that from the shop here, and then we'll get the truck and trailer over there as well. And then we'll start collecting all of our... Here, where we are. Go to skid steer tools. That's my own, right? Blimey, there it is. Right. So, might as well keep the colour scheme in turn. I suppose we could eventually change them to red if we really wanted to, but it's not necessary. Right, so we'll get this all attached, and then we'll bring the Volvo with the low loader down to the area. Then we can try and get all these logs loaded on. I will definitely, in the future, be using a proper logging trailer, but that'll come in time once we have a low loader to load it with. Alright, well, I'm gonna try and position myself where I can get out alright. That might be a bit too... Alright, just back up in this way and then facing out this way. Because we won't be bringing all of these... I don't know, we'll have to load it up and see. Just leave that there for now, shut it down. Because, yeah, once we get this first one on, then we'll tuck in the side there. And so I did change the time to ×3. I want to stay in as much of the daylight as possible. Even though it will be quite cool to do some nighttime logging work, but we'll get there when we get there. I'd like to get the hang of this first. I think I might have to go like from above. It might be a bit easier to sort of claw it in. Oh, hello. There we are. Sort of. Right, now how do I get to there? Oh, it's the... is this the full tree? Ah, it is indeed. Okay, I will try my best to make it. Let's see how this works. Ooh, 10 meters exactly. I was going for 12, but 10's fine. It does allow me to fit around this tree, so that's good news. Right, so I will put this one, I'll try and get it on the far side as a barrier of sorts, so that we can safely place our logs. Right, we'll open this. So this might be a bit of a unorthodox kind of way of doing it, but I believe that it'll be very effective for the time being. Doesn't have to be anything too often. I'd rather not, but for the sake of getting logs to the production as quickly as possible, being as efficient as I can do, I think this is pretty good. Right, I'll leave that there, and then I'll try and put one... I just want it strapped down. I just really want it to stay in place so that we can load more logs onto it. Right, well this will be much better in a time-lapse for both of us, because I can focus a bit better when I'm not yammering on, and then you can see it happen in a much quicker time. But that was pretty good, that one there. Maybe that's a good sign of things to come. Alright, let's crack on with it. Right, well, I reckon that is probably going to be it for this trailer load, which is fine actually, that's quite good. That will probably go down to the paper mill, and then this load, I would like to get one more big one on there actually. I'm going to put this big guy on, and then I will put the rest on to the same trailer when I get back, and bring it down to the wood turning shop. The thing is, with we do have the sawmill coming up as well, so we will need to cut more trees for that, but that will be in time. I do believe that we will be getting quite a few. This does take quite some time, but I reckon if I do have the container, and I do have this Kubota, and the container's a lot closer, I wouldn't have to balance it as much, and it would be a bit easier. It's a matter of just picking it up and just bringing it near it versus putting it on and strapping it down, so I believe that would be quicker. I don't understand why some of them just do not completely refuse to be picked up. Right. Try not to go over the logs so it causes bumping, and there we go. Seems to be alright. Right, so we get this on. Enough of me yammering again. And once it's on, I will head down to the paper mill, so we shall see you down there. Right, so we just need to cross the small body of water. It's not really a body of water, is it? We'll go... Actually, I will go around and come through, because I can do this time. I can come through. Don't have to worry about smashing into the paper factory. Just don't want to tip off the bank here and into the water. That would be counterproductive. Perfect. Just stop right there. Hop on over. And... oh, I think I was in 2 triggers at once. There we go. So that has brought in 17,902 litres. So that is about... So that times 2 plus another 10,000 is about a crate, a big storage container. So that's good to know. Keep that in mind. Right, so we do actually have to head back now to the same area, and I do need to do the same thing again with the Kubota skid steer and the trailer and the long logs and all that. However, I will probably do a lot less of it in time-lapse form. Probably a bit of jump cuts here and there, or perhaps just do it off camera entirely. I haven't fully decided. However, I will get it done before the day's end. Alright, so we are back at it again, and I'm feeling like this time it won't be as difficult, because we got most of that pile dealt with for the logs headed to the paper factory. So we'll just take these ones, and the nice thing is these are not going as far, they're just going down into town to the wood turning business, and they can deal with it as they need to, because both productions were in need. Actually, very quickly before we proceed through this sort of time-lapse, not time-lapse, jump cut sort of session, have a look and see. Right, so they're still doing really good, actually, at the moment. The next thing will be the iron ore. That will probably happen in November, so the quicker we can get this dealt with, the better. So for progression's sake, as far as the episode goes, I will probably see you when this is all completed. Alright, well, we are ready to head down to the wood turning workshop. We've got, it was just a few logs, so I didn't really take that long once I had a firm grip on them, and there was a couple of very easy to pick up by hand ones as well, which is fantastic. Right, took our chances there. No train coming. Right, do really enjoy this driving through here. It's very nice, especially in first person. It just has a very nice small town atmosphere, which it does because it is. But right, we should be approaching. Ah, right. Some lunatic is in the way. Right, please hold, and I'll get this shifted out the way. Alright, well, I've decided that backing in may be the best option here if I can just not smash into anything important. Perfect. Right, and we can leave this here for now. Beautiful. Alright, gotta go here to sell the wood, and we've just delivered about 10,000, I believe. So 10,207, well, about 8,000, because there was already about 2,000 in. Anyways, that should be fine, because it does produce more. Right, so each one does produce at least double. Ah, this is 1 for 1, but that's fine, absolutely fine. These are nice little cash injections throughout the different times of the year, and this is for the roller coaster. But actually, I believe they are done now with that for this stage. And then, of course, we have our paper pallets. Right, okay, well that is it for October. Now, what I'm going to do is head down to, well, actually, probably up to the farm, and we'll see you in November. Good morning and welcome to November. Right, so that vehicle leasing cost, that is for our Kubota, which will come out every day until it's paid off, or until I pay it off. So if I go to purchase, it would say, do you want to pay this, which is the remaining amount, which I do not, because I just do not. Right, ah, lovely, love that. It is quite early, but that's fine because we do always have lots to do. So what I'm going to do today is pick up some more ore. In fact, let's have... I knew it. Deactivate for now. I knew that it was going to be out. This one took about 2,000 overnight. That was at 17,000. Blimey, this is going to take lots, but oh my, does it ever produce? Does it ever? Let's see if it has produced anything. No, it's very near though. I believe it's 28,000, so they're both pretty close, and they do sell for about 60,000 when I do sell them. Metal, I'm unaware of how it is, but I've got some there as well, which is very nice. I believe 2 last I checked. Ah, we've got 4 now, but that's all we'll have until we get some more. So, we have to find the Volvo. I reckon for now we could probably leave the trailer here, and we can come back for it later on. Right, we need to just do a little shifting here. Right, so the plan. We are going to pick up a new trailer. It's not for wood, and it won't be used for grain, but it will be used for iron ore. Now, I did show it in a previous episode, my plan of which one I wanted to purchase, and it does seem a bit intense, but this does obviously take a lot of iron ore to produce metal. Let's have a look in the sales though. Blimey. It's all very good. It's all very good. You know what? This actually reminds me of something. This reminds me that... Right, okay, I'm very excited for the one of the next productions I purchase, which will in fact be the boatyard. Now, from my understanding, and this is just from a few of the videos I've seen of the preview videos that they were releasing for Platinum expansion, and one of the things is that for the ships that you produce, the boats that you build, you do need a sail, and that sail is made from fabric, which means that in turn we will have to produce fabric. Now, the reason that makes me think of this is the Vermeer mower, right? That is a pretty good price for a 6.3 meter mower. Now, the reason I'm thinking, well, why do you need a mower if you need fabric? Well, what can you put into sheep to produce wool? You put in grass and you have to cut it. So I reckon eventually I'll need to cut some grass. Long story short, I think the Vermeer here is going to be a very good option. Let's have a very quick look. While we're on the topic, which I brought up. Right, look at these options. So right now, if I wanted to use it with any of my tractors, I could, because my only tractor I have is 140 horsepower, and this is like the perfect option. Right, it's purchased. Consider it purchased. And then we can just leave it at the shop. Yeah, those are like more grassland tires. Here, let's put a nice plate on. Let's go with a fancy number 141, and then we'll go Vermeer mower. There you go. I like to be a little creative with my license plate. Right, so £21,610 that we did not expect to pay for today has been purchased. Right, now back to the Volvo. So we're not picking this up today, but I'm very pleased about this purchase. I did use this for a very short time in an online server, but I'm very excited to use it to feed sheep with. Right, now for what we came is this trailer here. Right, so I was looking at this, and it's great and all, and it looks really nice, but it's 54,000. I did find this one for 34,000, and look at the capacity. Now I know it might not be the perfect trailer for this, but if you look at the back, it's got the big opening, and this is what I was saying in the previous episode. It's got a massive opening like you would with a regular rock or stone or whatever dump trailer. So I'm very pleased about that. I will keep the Michelins on. The cover, it's not grain. I don't think we need the cover. It's not imperative. I'm going to buy this outright versus the lease to own, because I want to lease to own for the bigger stuff, really big, so the wheel loaders and all that. But cover, I don't think we need it. Design color, I'm going for the orange, going for an orange sort of energy here. The mower I have is yellow, but that's fine. We'll tailor that more to the sheep equipment that we need to buy, farming equipment. I believe that's good, actually, and it'll look really nice on the back of the Volvo. Right, we're all set, and let's buy it. £34,350 purchase. Look at that, that's massive actually. Right, okay. Right, we are connected. Oh, it's got a tag lift as well, that's pretty good. So I think the best way is to go up this way. It fits on this truck so well, it looks so good. It looks brilliant on here actually, to say the least, my goodness. Right, okay, well, we will make our way down there. I think we've made this journey once before. Could do it again in a time lapse to compare it. We'll get my handy dandy travel GPS out so I don't get lost, and we'll see you at the mine. Alright, Well, now we've arrived at the iron mine. And look at that big old pile of iron. Well, I suppose, don't know how long we'll be. Shut the lights off. Okay, well, we do have 1,000 litres in the first bucket. And what was the capacity of the... Here, let's put 1,000 in and see what percentage it says. Might give us an idea. Oh, blimey. I'm gonna guess 2%. 2%, 1,000, there you go. So it must be, what, 50? Here, let's have a look. 48,000 litres. That's a lot of litres. I think this little machine, I may have a word with them. If they're just having it here to lease and I bring my own equipment, if I can bring this elsewhere, I'm sure they'll say yes. But we have to potentially here have a look at wheel loaders now. I wasn't intending on buying one so soon. I could look at a bucket for the Kubota. Let's do that first. So that, yeah, just to... Right, so the first bucket is more, but is there a bigger bucket? There is not. Right. Let's have a look at... And now this might be a bit of a stretch, but if I were to lease to own, how much is it? Blimey. Okay, so 15,516 just to lease it. The per day cost, per work day, 3,042. So that's when you're using it. I wouldn't necessarily use it every day. The nice thing is, as the price comes out, this is a piece of equipment I will absolutely use until the end of the series. There will be no reason to ever get rid of it, which is why I'm very tempted to do it. It might be a bit more than... What? Oh no, I like that beacon better. Right, so yeah, that is expensive, but look at the... Okay, what's the difference? LH... But, for example, look at this bucket. Look at that. 10,000 litres. What? That's mental. That's absolutely mental. This I would probably buy outright. But potentially I would go with... Oh no, it makes no sense to not get this one. But I wonder... LA... Sorry, I'm just looking at these for the first time. Ah, the 120. It does not recommend anything but these ones. Oh, so the biggest bucket for that one's 5,000 litres. And these are for the... Right, this is the heavy duty... Oh, right. I understand now. I'd probably go for the high tip bucket, to be honest with you. 10,000 litres, that's rapid. And then if we do want... Oh, that's the pallet forks for the big containers probably as well. Big bag lifters, look at that. Yes, and then we could do logging, proper logging. Ooh, I'm excited. Okay, any implements I will purchase, but I think I might do that because this is ridiculous. This is going to take ages. Right, so I have made a decision. We're going to go for the Volvo L180H. Massive, very expensive wheel loader. Now, I know it seems a bit premature, potentially impulsive, actually. But to that, I say no matter. Because I'm very excited to use this machine. And that's all that matters. I actually really prefer that versus the one that sticks up. I didn't know that it was on both sides. That looks much better. Right, so that is 3,000. And now I could do, and I know I've had a comment, actually, a good comment about why don't you just take a loan instead of paying interest on the lease, and that is a good idea, but I'm just trying out the lease to own to see how it goes so I can potentially avoid pulling a loan. I'm trying it as a different option. In the future I may for production, I might pull a loan. But for something like this, that I know I'm going to keep long term, I like the option of having the lease to own. That being said, let's smash out a license plate. Let's go for... yeah. Alright, that looks great. Looks fantastic there. It will probably be on the road a little bit here and there. Right, let's lease. The problem is you can't change anything on this. Once you've leased it, you can only have that design or that whatever you have. You can't change anything on a leased item, right? So do we want the safety frame? We do not. It's not very necessary. Lease and we're done. Look at that. Very expensive lease, but now we can buy, and I'm going to buy this outright. Just makes sense to, because as far as selling in the future, obviously I won't, but I'll just buy it anyways. It is massive. Right, and I'm sure in the future, in the near future, we will have... right, it is down there, but I have to take the lorry down because it'll just be so much faster to take on the low loader. So we will have to grab the low loader as well and then pick up the wheel loader at the shop. So we'll do that and we'll see you very shortly. Alright, well, let's put the ramps down. Wow, look at this. Look at it. Just look at it. It's massive. Oh, it looks like it can also take a trailer, which is very cool. That is actually... I know it only goes 38 kilometers an hour, but that's quite interesting. Because I have seen some... what is that? Awful sound. That's letting everyone know that I'm reversing. Please watch out, I'm reversing. Except screaming it. Anyways, I'm reversing, I'm reversing. But that's good, you want that, because this machine's massive and you can't really see too much out the back. Wow. I love the detail on all these new, well, on all the machines, really. Looks so good. Look at that. Alright, enough of this. Let's see it in action. Gonna get it loaded up. We'll probably go into third person because this is massive. I still don't have a shed, but I've got so much new equipment. And, yeah, oops. This is very, very good. No problem at all. Pull that down a bit. Just resting on there is probably perfect. We will strap you down. No, that's it. 3 straps and we're off. So we'll see how this trip goes to getting up to the iron mine once again with our brand new Volvo L180H. And yes, I count it as mine even though it's on lease technically. I'm on a lease to own program with this shop because they see that we're serious about logging, so they were like, yeah, absolutely, we'll lease to own you a £300,000 machine, no problem. Mighty nice of them. Right, we'll see you at the iron mine. Alright, well, we're just about to park up. I wanted to put the trailer a bit out of the way just because it will be staying for a bit. But we'll get it all unstrapped and we'll get it unhooked. I will get the Volvo attached to the trailer here with our 1,000 litres. Now, I know I feel a bit, I'll be honest, I feel like it's a bit cheeky what I've done. But also at the same time I don't, because as much as I say about, you know, I want the progression of everything to be natural and good. I don't want to rush things, but I also don't want to, you know, I don't know, I wanted to use this equipment, and oh my god. Well, I'll probably get used to, oh, let's not go down the bloody hill. I don't know, I just feel a bit cheeky not using the small loader as much. Well, at all really, just the couple times. But I will still take advantage of it because it is a brilliant machine. My god, look at that. That is immense. Even the back end of this is... like, what? That is so much. That's a massive, massive capacity. Look at that, it's filling it up instantly. Right, I suppose we can get a lot closer, couldn't we? It is a high tip after all, meaning we've got a lot more room to sort of maneuver it, so I will be more wary of that. Right, but as I was saying, I'm very, very pleased. I can't get over that actually. I'm very pleased that I've made this decision to lease to own this massive piece of equipment, and not only will it be brilliant for us to have here to load iron every once in a while, because we're loading so much at once that I'm not worried about running out as much now, versus if we were using the small dump and the small loader as well. The other thing is that now that we have this massive and beautiful machine, we can now do proper logging. I'm very excited to... oh, is that not going to fill up? Strange. That's fine, there we go. To do some proper logging, meaning that when we're in the forest, I'm going to have this loading logs onto a proper log trailer. That is also very exciting for me, especially since our productions really don't want to have small small logs, you know. The bigger the better, really, because then you get more out of it. And if I can maneuver the same amount of logs in the same amount of time it would take to do small ones, why wouldn't I? Right, I'm rambling again. Oh no. But this should fill this should fill up this trailer now. Yeah, because the logging with this thing will increase the time by literally, like, if I'm doing one log at a time, this I'll be able to do, I don't know, 5, if I line them up nice. Right, this is still filling. I'm just going to go till it stops. Because it has to be soon. Not that I'm rushing it. Look at that. That is the size of starting tipper trailers on most maps. Bigger then. They're 8,000 litres to start usually. This bucket is 10,000 litres. Oh, I don't have any room anymore. Shame. Right, well that is absolutely brilliant. So this we will keep here. In the future, we will... oh, I didn't even put the beacons on. It's alright, we were safe. We were still safe, and we will be using it again in the near future. And this pile can replenish. Right, so this is what we're prioritizing. This little fella, we will probably get it cleaned up, and maybe we'll use it for some other kind of small loading. I know you can break rock, so perhaps we could pick up small stones with that. But right, we are off, and we'll see you down at the iron furnace. Alright, well here we are now, just arriving to our iron furnace, and I do have to get rid of that tree straight ahead and clean up this area a bit more, but it is looking alright. I probably will have a yard-ish sort of area here as well, just to extend from there a bit. But we will just line this up and dump it off. Perfect. So it should be just a big flap on the back of the... yeah, beautiful. That is exactly what I was hoping it would be. That's perfect. And look at that, the iron ore is skyrocketing. Here, let's open up our production menu and have a look at metal. So it does hold a lot, actually, and it was empty, so now we can activate it once again. It might even fill it. 47,999. So we did have 48 in there, but it's activated, so it's taken 1 litre already, 2 litres. It does move fast. If that's 47, is that 50 or is that 60? Might be 60. Right, well, we don't need to bring any more for the time being, which is grand, because now it's just going to produce and produce and produce, and look at that. We are about... Right, it should show... Right, about 50 litres away from another 1,000 litre pallet. And what are they worth anyways, the metal? Metal. Where is metal? Blimey, it's worth quite a bit. Right, we could actually sell some now for a profit. It's always better at Elm Creek though. 9.3... I don't know, based off the other prices, it would have been best to sell in October, but there's no rush. We're in no rush for it. We'll sell a load of it when it's good. It says it's going down though now. Wonder if we should maybe sell what we have here, because then we're good for about £40,000. But we will worry about that in the next episode, as this was a fine way to end it with our beautiful new trailer and our iron furnace underway. I know we did sign off last time at it, but it is just so brilliant to look at, especially at night. Right, well, we shall admire our beautiful, beautiful Volvo loader. How about that? Look at that. How lovely. Right, well, as always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care, and bye for now.